remember if it was Biggie that said more money equals more problems. I think it was. And he was absolutely right. And I feel like the more money you make, the more room the tax collectors have to take from you. And in this video, I'm going to talk specifically to the six-figure people that are making over six figures on their job and tell you how I would be managing my money so that the tax collectors don't take all of it, okay? So let's just jump into it. I'm going to go over 4 things in particular. Number 1 is you have to put your money somewhere. And the main source that I would put my money in is real estate. So I would have multiple rental properties, okay? And I'm working towards this, let's be clear. But I'm not talking to me right now, I'm talking to you. I would put my money in rental properties for many reasons. Number 1, it lowers the taxable, it doesn't lower it per se, I shouldn't say that. Number 1, when you put your money into a rental property is seen by the IRS as a business, and businesses have deductions. You have to spend money to run a business. And when I say spend money, I say you may need to advertise, you may need a website, you may be on social media, you may have different software that you use. And that software could be accounting software, it can be property management software, it could be a property manager. All of those things can be deducted, which means that it lowers the amount of taxable revenue that you're making in your business, which means that you don't have to pay the IRS as much. Now, what that list is of deductions and tax credits, you should go to the IRS and see. I will link that in the description though to help you out. But that is one of the reasons why I am team real estate, because not only do you get to gain equity, as the home appreciates in value, you also can put your money somewhere so that your $100,000 plus income isn't being taken by the IRS. Now, granted, there's credits for having kids, there's benefits to being married, but real estate is something everybody can do, whether you're married or not, whether you have a kid or not. And if you're making over six figures, you need to put your money somewhere. Because if you don't, and you just put it in your savings account, guess who's coming for it? The IRS. And we don't want that. We want to make good use of our money. And a rental property can help you do that, which is, again, seen as a business. If you have a business as well, great. I have both because I just don't need the IRS taking my money. I'm tired of owing them. Number 2 is starting a business. So we've talked about this before, and I know that, it takes a lot to run a business. I get it. I have a business. However, with that business comes deductions, and deductions are the name of the game. So you have to spend money to make money. I don't know who says, a rapper said that. Let me know who the rapper is in the comments. But if you spend the money that you're making, that is seen as more favorable. Now, don't be spending it on dumb stuff. Like, it needs to be a business related deduction. And some of those things could be, again, website hosting fees. It can be an email service provider. It can be hiring a social media manager. It can be, there's a long list. And again, look at the link in the description where I talk about what some of those deductions are per the IRS. But yeah, I would start a business. And even if it's something as simple as, I know the girls are into drop shipping. I don't even know what that is. Even if it's creating ebooks, like stuff that can just sell while you're in your sleep, like having a business and being able to write off business related deductions is a game changer. It lowers the amount of money that you owe to the IRS because you're spending the money and the revenue that you're earning. So that's another quick hack that I would do. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You need to talk to one, but those are just things that I would do if I was making over six figures. 3 is that I would lower my taxable income by putting more money in tax deferred accounts. So there's tax deferred accounts, and then there's non-tax deferred accounts. I have to figure out what the name of the non-tax deferred account is, and I'll put that on the screen. But I'm going to focus on tax deferred accounts, and those are your 401ks, those are your IRAs, those are your 403bs, those are your HSAs, which is a health savings account. And most companies have at least one of those options. Depending on where you work, if you're in a public space, it may be 403B. If you're in a private space, it might be 401k. But the benefit of those kind of accounts is that if you put money in those accounts, it lowers the amount of taxable income that is being reported to the IRS, which means that the lower income that's being taxed to you, the lower the lower the amount is that they can take from you. So if you make $100,000 and 80% of that just sits in your savings account at your bank, they can take that because you haven't put that money anywhere. Versus you putting it, you're taking advantage of the 401k match at your company. You have a health savings account and you're putting some money in there to invest in index funds, ETFs, whatever your preferred is. You have an IRA on the side. Like, you're putting your money in different places. Now, granted, the sad thing about that is that means that the amount of income that you're bringing home is lower because that money's automatically going to those places. But that's just going to force you to learn how to live on less and know that that money is still your money. It's just going somewhere else at the time, and that somewhere else is helping you with your future, retirement goals, with your future wealth building net worth goals. So it requires a mindset shift for sure. It definitely requires a mindset shift. But if your goal is to reduce the amount of money that the IRS is giving you, I'm not saying that's how you can do it, but that's how you can do it. That is how you can do it. I'm saying that's how you can do it, baby. 4 is to hire a financial planner. So I have these accounts. I have a 401k and I'm getting the match at my company. I also have a HSA, a health savings account that's funded through my company. I put money in there and I invested in index funds and ETFs. And my next stop is to get a IRA. And I feel like I have one with my financial planner. I don't know if that's the exact account. No, it's not an IRA. It's just a traditional investing account. And he keeps telling me over and over to get an IRA because I keep complaining that the more money that I make, the more the IRS is taking. He was like, well, have you opened an IRA? And that is an individual retirement account. And it's a tax deferred account. So having a financial planner helps you to understand how you can take advantage of your finances and where you should be putting your money from someone who literally studies this. So I study this just for me, but he studies this in the market, so hire a financial planner because they can connect you to accountants. They can connect you to different opportunities to maximize this income that you're making so that you're not just giving it all to the tax guys. You want to put that money somewhere, whether it's real estate, whether it's a business, whether it's these tax deferred accounts, or whether it's paying someone to tell you what to do with your money. I am a big fan of all 4. I'm doing all 4 because as I make more money, I want to make sure that I'm assigning my money a responsibility and I'm not just giving it to the tax gods all willy-nilly. Don't do that. So just to recap, 4 things I would do if I was making 6 figures that I urge you to do if you are making 6 figures. And that's number 1, put your money into a business. And that business can be a rental property, which is where you don't live. It's something that you're renting out, or in a business. Everything that I do directs back to real estate. Even with this business, the money that I make from this goes into real estate. 2 is to start a business, which I already just spoke to. 3 is to lower your income, your taxable income, by putting more money into tax deferred accounts such as 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, and HSAs. And then 4 is to hire a financial planner because they are the people that are actually trained to teach people how to better manage your money and how to set yourself up for success with investments. And I'm just telling you what I would do. So please seek financial advice, which is why I made sure I added that today. So comment below if you have any questions. And please comment, and subscribe. Share this with a 6-figure earner that you know. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.